do that. What? Seriously, you suck. Okay then, so not working as intended. I need to turn the pump off. I need to change the action to filling, so we won't be using any refillable tanks because that doesn't work. We'll just be doing that. Of course, the other thing I need to do is do that. Right, which side's the pipe on? That side. Unless you have to keep at least something in those tanks for them to not disappear. That's also a possibility. We need to turn off super strength or we're going to end up with that pipe getting lost somewhere. Come on. Put that there. Okay, where's the other end gone? Gee, seriously, stop glitching out on me. This is not good. There it is. And the pipe's under shelter. Good. That worked. We'll turn the help screen off. And frankly, everything's good here. So, maybe we do buy refillable ones so if there is, the cases in there. So that if we don't use the entire tank, we can do. Okay. Hitch that back on the collection wagon. Jump out and get this thing serviced. Probably should clean it before. Well, no. Gonna get oil everywhere. Jump out. E. Yeah, we'll repair that. We'll customize it. And 28 meters. Oh. 24. It's going to cost me 6,000 to make it a 28 meter. Let's do that. That's all done. Tab. We can fix the front tank. And tractor, we can oil change on the tractor. So, that tractor's all set and ready to go. I need to attach the rear tank. That's fine. Okay. Let's go find the this thing. Oh, I seem to recall we didn't get paid. Okay, we got paid. And field 44. We will accept. And roll the Challenger out. This is another mod I'm going to miss when the next game starts. Although frankly it's a little bit pricey. Most starter farms, you're not going to get one of these. So until they have money cheats so you can set up the farm as you want it type of thing, this is not going to be a tractor you can conveniently lay your hands on. As with, when 22 comes out, as with most starter farms, I'll probably start on the basic farmer mode, new farmer, and sell all the equipment and buy what I want. Because that's how I roll. Usually buy one tractor and just be done with that. Apart from the tutorial, I usually run through the Goldcrest tutorial, and since I hadn't played Farm Sim at all for that, and on this map the Ravensport stop. I am forgetting something. This guy here needs to be on follow me. But long enough to do the, getting this tractor to cultivate the field, getting this tractor plant some seeds, getting this harvester harvest the field. Okay, you know what you're doing, go away and get on with it. Follow me. But, once I've got the idea of how it works, I usually mess around on the first map I play. So, for example, Ravenport, just mess around, figure out what's new, what's different. And then work from there. Or new mod map comes out. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. So I did a little bit on Marwell Manor, I think. From my mind, Oxygen David maps are absolutely beautiful. They're mood, scene setting maps. Where is 44, by the way? 44 is... Oh, same place as we were, I guess. But they do feel authentic UK maps, Southern England. So I do like them, but I mean, Marwell Manor, he gave you a huge starting field, a fairly big starting field, and some nice starting equipment, but it was a struggle because the harvester was small for the size of fields you had. I tend to like things like the Old Stream Farm map where for 19 you started with 7 starting fields, but they're all tiny, so you can get out there in your tiny tractor, plant the field in 10 minutes, and then move on to the next field. And if you're not playing with seasons, you're cycling through that very, very quickly. Oh, we're taking these to the pig farm. This is going to be a little bit of a drive to sell the stuff. Well, I believe, the sell points for bales is my farm, the pig farm, the horse farm. Is there a bale sell point anywhere else, or are we just relying on the BGA after that? I mean, the nice thing is we don't have to take them all the way back to Oakfield farm to sell, because that is a trek from here. Anyway. So 44 is just on the left here. We could drive through the hedge, but no, we couldn't. There's a fence in it. Well, potentially there's a fence in it. Sometimes we're good, there's no fence in the hedge. That's okay, that's a gate into the smaller 43. I'm fairly sure. Oh. Maybe not. Well, we'll drive around the Kansas field. See where we end up. Oh, well, once we're in the field. Oh, right, yeah, that track went that way. Where'd the baler go? Oh. There he is. Come on, dude. Keep up. How many hours are we doing on this? We've got 92 on this so far. Oh, that's the opening to that field. So we could get to the miscanthus through that grass field. The question is, is there an opening into this field on the left? I don't know. That would be a big giant no, so close your eyes. Yay! Okay, well, we can start unfolding stuff, I guess. Oh, sorry, messed up here. There we go. Jump out of there. Okay, Control F. What do I want to do? Unfold. Lower. Turn on. Back to follow. And off we go. Why aren't we going? Why aren't we going? Okay. Let's try that again. Engine on. There we go. Okay. That was a bit weird. It's not like it needs a service. It will need some diesel soon. We're down to half a tank. I mean, that's not a big deal, but... Ah! There's a path here to a shed. Have access to this field. Why not? This is all 44, but it's not letting me cut this one. So maybe we're up to that path there. And there we go. Okay, so for some reason this contract is only for everything to the east side of the farm track. Potentially. I mean, it may not even go all the way up to the edge here. Well, we'll do what we can. I guess, and hope we get paid enough. Well, I hope we produce enough to get paid. This is a much more friendly field than that one there, which has some awful contours. There's the low. Okay, they are still working, so that's good. Now the other problem with some of these fields is these islands of trees in the middle of them. Sometimes running around the back side of these trees is not going to yield any grass here. So we have to stay on this side of the tree. In order to harvest anything. That's fine. I'm probably outside the bounds of the field anyway at some point. And since we did have some grass left over from the last field that we did, we're going to end up with at least one more bale than we would normally expect to make. So yeah, the edge of the field's right there. We can harvest the headland to a certain extent. Probably need to wait for the class to catch up now. Oh, he's doing okay. How fast is he going? 12 kilometers an hour, so he should be going, I think, about the same speed we are. Oh no, we're able to do 13. Sometimes around here I would consider having the wrapper following us, but with that square wrapper it is quite slow loading and unloading, and to keep it within range of the follow me path I'm creating, I'd have to slow down to 6 miles an hour to do this. So we can get the cutting and baling done fairly quick. Wrapping's always going to be an issue. And we're going to have to pick up the corners anyway. I suppose now that we know what we're doing with the clover, it's not such a big deal. We can cut the grass our grass as soon as it's ready. We don't have to wait for that to fully mature. We can cut it. We can cut it earlier than the clover that we have now. So that's fine. Anyway, so I don't know what that whole not being able to get the Challenger moving was all about, but we seem to be fine now. Now we've been around this a few times. This is a fairly respectable sized field. It's not going to tell us how many bales we made, but we'll probably end up with over 75, I'm guessing. That's the third headland, so I could, at the end of this run, start doing up and down rows. Hopefully we won't have any bales in our way, that's always the problem. And let's chance to catch up. Come on. Okay. Okay. So is this the start? Problem is I don't want to turn too sharply on those corners because the baler can't follow that tighter turn. So which way do I want to go now? I think I'm going to do that. As long as you keep the turn fairly shallow, the baler doesn't have a problem following. But tight turns it really doesn't like. Probably try. I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll give it a go. There we go. I just don't know if the baler will be able to follow that path or not. Okay, give him a chance to get round. Don't drop it there, thank you. And to that stretch. So yeah, that bit round by the tree back there is going to be a little bit tight because we only managed 2 headlands at that section, so I don't have a big area to get the kit turned around. I'm missing bits on the edge again. But down at this end, that's an easy 180. And lined back up straight to go down the other way. Okay, not going to worry too much about the bits we're missing right now. Just depends on what we end up with in the baler when we're all said and done. Ooh, that's not good. There we go. Nice. And again, as I don't actually know what we're producing here in the way of dry, semi-dry. Fairly certain grass bale. Once you, it doesn't matter. The bale is always grass. Whether you've got wet grass, dry grass, semi-dry grass, normal grass, grassy grass. I don't know. It has to completely dry out to become hay. Grab that bit. Oh, spin around. Keep turning, keep turning. You can do it. Yay. Of course, the nice thing on having a self-rowing mower system is we don't have a windrower following us, which usually involves rather close paths. Blah, blah, blah. Words is hard. Rather close passes when you're doing rows like this. The windrower can get caught up on the outside mower. The widest kit we've got here is the real mower set, and the baler is never going to hit that. Yeah, we're cutting in not wet crop. So we're not producing wet grass. Oh, I didn't give myself enough space. Hope the baler doesn't get stuck on there. Shouldn't do. And we're using a conditioner mower set which counts as one stage of tedding. So I don't know whether this particular grass cut would eventually dry into hay, or whether you have to give it some time. Maybe when we come with the wrapper I'm going to be running on the JCB. I might put the bucket on the front of the JCB and see what some of this is. So I really can't be bothered to pick it all. That's interesting. I really can't be bothered to pick it all up with them. Yeah, so long as we finish a bale. Yeah, going around and collecting the dregs of grass that are still on the field, not always. Yeah, it's not going to make us any more money because we're not going to make any more bales out of it. That's how we figured out the clover. All I did was I went out with a front loader bucket and pick up the stuff that's on the ground and see what it reports as. Because, you know, again, going by textures, not always a thing. Because I believe this map has different textures on it. So, yeah. Telling the difference between wet grass, not quite so wet grass, dry grass, semi-dry grass, whatever it is. Hay's easy. Hay is yellow. But the various stages of grass can be a little bit confusing. And then you also have the clover. I mean, the clover threw me when I saw it, because clover hay is darker than semi-dry clover, so not very helpful when it comes to identifying what you've cut. We'll get these bits. Another bale. Whoa. I might cut another headland at the end of this row. Maybe not headland, but this is kind of the other edge. And as per usual, we're going to end up with a triangle of grass to work. Oops, sorry. Just gave me a little bit more room to manoeuvre with all those bales at the end there. Oh, because that's the corner next to the shop. Yay. What are you doing? Ah, you poop.